Coming up on today's show.
I always wanted or had a desire to serve God. I didn't know where he was.
I was delivered of asthma. I was delivered of allergies.
Stay with us because Our Grace Family starts now. Welcome to Our Grace Family. Thank you for joining us. I'm Reverend Steve Millar, a minister at Grace Cathedral, and this is my lovely wife, Kathy. On today's program, we have a mother and daughter from Grace Cathedral, and they're going to be sharing how God has been blessing them.
Welcome to the program today, Brenda and Tisha. We're so happy to have you with us today. And now you've been a part of Grace Cathedral for many years, but we want to get a little bit of background of what life was like before you came to Grace Cathedral. And why don't we start with you, Brenda?
Did you go to church?
Sparingly.
Okay.
Sparingly. I always wanted or had a desire to serve God. I didn't know where he was. I went to many churches. God wouldn't be there. And I just didn't know what to do. But Tony, the oldest son, started coming here. And I knew the change in him. We watched how he started to do things.
No, he was in the military,
Yeah.
right? And he was on drugs at the time when he started coming to Grace Cathedral. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then he came to Grace Cathedral and then his life completely changed.
Completely
And that's what you
changed.
saw.
That's what we saw. And we knew it was a drastic change. And we didn't really like it right at first because we didn't understand any of it. So I said, as his dad, is Tony still upstairs? He said, yeah, that boy is really losing it. But as we got adjusted to it, we saw some real good things in it, you know.
So he was spending a lot of time with the Lord.
Oh, yeah.
And he would shut
yeah.
himself away in his room
Yes, he would.
and spend time with the Lord.
He wasn't partying anymore. We didn't see him, so we just didn't understand.
Right.
But it was nothing negative or
Right. He wanted to put his time in with the
Sure.
Lord because he wanted to cultivate that
and
relationship.
God called
Yeah.
him to
Right.
Right. And I think sometimes that's a good point that sometimes family members don't understand what is going on. You know, he goes to church, he comes home, goes to his room and just starts reading his Bible all the time.
But I knew Tony just growing up with my brother. I knew that even though I didn't understand, I knew that it was nothing harmful. And I knew my brother, he wasn't easily to be led astray or anything like that.
That's true.
So even though I didn't understand, there was some kind of peace there to where I didn't have like worried, just didn't like, what is going on with Tony, you know? So, but I just, he was quiet and he spent time with the Lord. I didn't understand, but then later the understanding came as far as him showing love. And so, I just respected
His walk.
his
Yeah.
walk. Yeah.
So at the time, of course, you weren't serving the Lord, right, Brenda?
No, I wasn't. But I still had an interest to know more about him. I just didn't know what to do about that. I didn't know where to go or where to begin. And once I seen how Tony was going through such a change, I started paying more attention to it. And then it got to a point, I think I would like to have some of that too. And I'll go all the way back to the first experience that kind of grabbed me. And that was with my granddaughter. She was only about 3 years old, and it was a whole group of them. And they were singers. They were singing for the Christmas program, these little babies.
Here at our church.
Yes, I came to a Christmas program.
So was that the first time you came to Grace Cathedral was for that Christmas play?
Yeah, it
Mhm.
was. It was. And I'm sitting there watching what are they going to do. There was no shoving or pushing or talking out loud or crying. I'm like, wow. But when they started to sing, oh, that just took me over. Because my granddaughter was a thumb sucker. Boy, when her part came, her part with the other kids, that thumb pop. And I could hear her. I could hear her voice.
And that just melted your heart.
It melted my heart.
Granddaughter Aaliyah.
Yeah, Aaliyah. And even now talking about it, it's melting my heart. I'll never get that. That'll always be with me.
Mhm.
And it feels so good. And people need to know that's here for even the babies.
Yes.
It's so important to get your young ones in church,
Mhm.
and you see that a lot where the young ones are here and they really, at our plays, that's when the family really comes. You know, the grandparents, the great grandparents, whatever it may be, because that's their baby. You know,
Yeah.
and they're going to go see their baby.
Exactly.
And I love the reaction that you had. You know, you were honest-hearted, and you just like, wow.
It was a
There's something going on here.
And the Lord uses our children in such a special way, especially during those Christmas productions. And it's amazing how they get up and they sing and they have
Yeah.
lines and they're not fearful. They just get up there and do it in front of
Yeah.
all the people. And it's just such a blessing.
It
And the love does
is.
flow.
It is. It was a wonderful blessing.
So then after that production, what happened? Did you feel led to start coming to the services after that?
Well, it was a little time. It took me a little longer. I didn't come that Sunday or the following Sunday. It just took time. But Tony brought something to my attention. He says, Mom, you've tried everything. Let's try God. At the time, I was in a brace and I had to keep myself like this all the time. And it wasn't working. But
Was that because of an injury you had?
it was a terrible injury. Chair collapsed on the left side, all that broke, and I went over. And I tried to catch the table, which I did, but that was the wrong thing to do because it ruptured.
The spinal.
Yeah, the spinal, cervical spine. And but when Tony brought it to my attention, let's try it. Just try it, Mom. He knew it was going to happen. I didn't. So we came, and I stood in front of Reverend Ainsley, and he told me, he says, you have a terrible injury, much pain. What they use to mend you, it's got to come out. Your body's not accepting it. And sure enough, I went to the surgeon who done it. And I told him exactly what was said and who said it. And he investigated right away. And sure enough, that was what was happening. And wow, that was so like, wow. I knew I was coming back after that.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Now, Tisha, when all this was happening, what was going on in your mind and your life at that point?
Well, I was still in Columbus, so I wasn't here yet. But I would hear the updates over the phone. So again, over the course of time, you know, me noticing my brother serving the Lord, the experiences my mom had, hearing these things was kind of planting seeds
You
for
were
me,
taking it in.
taking it in.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I was still living in Columbus.
So how did you come to the Lord?
I came to the Lord when I started visiting, coming on the weekends. I used to would come, never go to church, wouldn't go to church, come visit the family, go back. But then God started working in my life. Where things wasn't going as smooth as it used to. I was independent, working, that kind of thing. And so God put me against the wall, so to speak, to where things wasn't going as smooth. And so I was kind of like a surrender, like, okay, and I started
I
when I
need to
would
look to
go,
you, Lord.
and Mom would send me home with literature. She would, send me out, and I would say, Mom, I haven't even read the book you already gave me, but those anointings now, I know the anointings were there. And I remember my very first book from the ministry, my brother gave it to me, Untying God's Hands. So I would always keep it on the bookshelf. I would never read it, but all that time, just those seeds, the anointings was working. So I would started coming home to visit and started going to church. And then over the period of time, I remember my mom, I would go to, or periodically go to the church there. But I noticed the difference between going to services here and there in Columbus. There was no Holy Ghost baptism. And I would give my tithes to the church there. Well, Mom said, well, Tisha, why don't you start sending your tithes to Grace Cathedral? So I started sending my tithes through the mail. So I just said, okay, I'm just thinking, I just want to just give to the Lord,
Right.
So I just said, okay.
You wanted to be obedient.
Want to be obedient, yeah. And so I started sending my tithes here through the mail. And so I noticed there was a change. Again, didn't understand what was going on. But later, I remember Reverend Angley said, when you start giving your tithes, that's when the Lord has your heart. And then I knew then the Lord was really starting to work. So one day I called my brother Tony and I said, I think I want to move here. And so he went to the man of God, Reverend Angley, and Reverend Angley said it was God's divine will for me to, yeah. So I received salvation, and I also asked my brother, I needed music because I was listening to worldly music and everything. So he would send me music of the ministry, and so just over a period of time, just a course of period of time, I started and I moved here, but it took 6 months because I had to look for a job. I put in my 2 weeks notice, and I would commute back and forth for 6 months. And
Going to church.
yes, going to church
Sure
here
did.
from commuting. And I did get a job here. I was applying online, and I did get a job here, and I ended up moving here. I did get the Holy Ghost baptism, one of the services before I even moved here.
That's wonderful.
Holy Ghost baptism.
So you knew it was real.
Yes, I knew it was
Yes.
real. But yeah, just over a period of time, my brother gave me Untying God's Hands, witnessing him. Then
Seeing how God was moving for your mother.
exactly,
That's
yeah.
wonderful. Well, I know the Lord has blessed you both in a great way, but we need to take a quick break here. And then when we come back, you can go ahead and share with us how God has moved for you currently.
Thank you.
So friends, stay with us and we'll be right back.
Get ready for an exciting new segment on our Grace family called Grace Talks. Reverend Millar and Kathy will be diving deeper into topics and discussing thought-provoking questions about life. Segments will include Life Meets the Word and life experiences with Reverend Steve and Kathy. So be sure to catch Grace Talks, coming this fall to our Grace family.
I just want to speak on my testimony, how I had a stroke and how the Lord has moved for me and brought me out of this. I was in Walmart and a friend of mine told me to get something from the shelf, and I went there to get it, and I was discombobulated, you know. I was just like, what's going on here? My friend was asking, Charles, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I said, something's wrong, not right. I don't know what it is. And I just kept talking, and then next thing you know, taking me to the hospital, and they said, you've had a massive stroke. I was put into an induced coma. When I woke up, I had a trach in my neck. I had the feeding tube in my stomach. And in my eyes, I had to blink my eyes to communicate. Thinking how I felt just to be laying in that bed like that, man. I said, oh, they done forgot about me. You know, that's how I felt, like everybody forgot about me, you know. The world, I had birthdays and holidays going by, and I couldn't stay right there in that bed. Life just changed, you know. And I would just pray to the Lord, talk to the Lord and say, Lord, I want to get out of here, and I want this trach out my neck. And so I would just pray and cry and talk to God about it. And then one night I kept coughing, and I coughed the trach up. Coughed it out, and I could breathe on my own. And the doctor came and said, well, he's breathing pretty good on his own. I don't see any problem. I think, and so that was the beginning of my miracle right there. Reverend Angie called me up and he said, hello, Reverend Angie. I'm like, what, Reverend Angie calling me? And he said, I want to pray with you, brother. And he prayed for me, and God really moved for me, man. He said I will get better. And I felt the power of God just flow from my head to my soul, to my toes too. Every part of my body, and God really moved for me in a magnificent way. And I thank him for that, and I praise him for that. Reverend Angie has spoken and said I will get better and better, and I do each day, every day. I held on to that. Every morning I wake up, I say I'm going to get better today, and that's it. Each day I hold on to that every day. I wake up on that one. Don't give up on Jesus, because he didn't give up on us. So just keep hanging in there with him. Keep talking to him. If you have a trach in your neck, just pray. Mind pray like I did. Don't give up. You might cry, but don't give up. He loves you, and he wants to share his miracle with you. So don't walk away from him. Just keep loving him, and he'll bring you out too. With God, all things are possible if you love him.
We're back with Brenda and Tisha. And Brenda, you were letting us know how through the gift of discerning, God let Reverend Angie know that, your condition, and you went to the doctors and you were amazed how God was really moving for you. But what happened next?
I had to go back into the hospital, have that surgical procedure reversed, and it started healing right away. So that was the first thing that really grabbed me next to Aaliyah in that little group. I was getting ready to deliver everything over. But I had some things I thought I had to get rid of first. That was drinking, smoking, cussing. Did I leave something out?
Well, that's plenty, so.
Yeah.
So you thought you had to get rid of that on your own?
I thought I had to get rid of that on my own. So there's a young lady here that comes, and she asked me, Brenda, come and just go get prayer with me, because they were talking about I needed not a tumor, but a growth in my breast. They were scheduling me for breast surgery. And she said, let's just come and get prayer, Brenda, before they do anything. Now, this is this is after the helping me out with the neck surgery. Well, we did. This was when Reverend Angel used to come down the aisle, the main aisle, and come over where people are sitting and praying for them. So when he got to me, he just came over talking to me. I thought that was real different, but I liked every moment of it. He laid hands on me and down I went.
In the spirit?
In the spirit. I didn't know that's what it was. I just know I went down. And I had to be down there a long time. So when I came to, it wasn't that many people
left in the church.
So he was taking care of that problem.
In your breast, the
Yeah.
Lord was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one time Reverend talked about a lady that got instant
Miracle.
repair, miracle. But she forgot to have them re-examine her, run a test on her, and ended up losing a breast. Well, I didn't want that to happen. So I emphasized, please take a test before you do what you have to do, because I was okay with it. I didn't want anything in my body that was not good. So they tested, couldn't find a thing.
And that woman you were talking about, she already had the surgery scheduled.
Yep, she
But if she
did.
would have had them retest her, they would have
They
seen
would've-
that she was healed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm going through a thing now with high blood pressure. And here lately, there's no high blood pressure, but they kept giving me the medicine. I was so weak and couldn't think straight. And
Because God had already moved.
Yeah,
Right,
absolutely.
yeah.
So you got your deliverance from smoking,
I
drinking?
sure did. I sure did.
So when you went down in the spirit after Reverend prayed for you, you didn't realize that you were being delivered not only from your breast, that lump in your breast, but the Lord was delivering you from the alcohol and the smoking and all that?
Yes and no. It did last for a short period of time, but I wasn't in the state I needed to be in for complete deliverance of it. You know, Reverend used to say, people say, oh, well, I cuss sometimes, but not that much. Well, I didn't know that you're not to do that at all. So,
So when you give your heart completely to the Lord, He takes all that away and makes you a brand new creature, but you didn't realize that what you
right.
needed was a born again
I need it.
experience.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. And I
So
did get that in a time that I didn't even have my mind on it. I was in the back of the house putting some bricks down to have a little walkway to this building that was on the property. And I guess it must have been about 4 in the morning. I was still out there working. And I hadn't smoked a cigarette. My drink was still there. Wow. And then when I realized that, I felt and I knew it was God. I knew it was God. And from that point on, I never smoked, didn't cuss, and didn't drink.
God had
You've been
moved
living for
you.
Jesus.
I've been living for Jesus.
And both of you have had the opportunity to go to the mission field with our
Yes, we
ministry.
did.
Tisha, do you want to jump in on that briefly?
Yes. So I want to thank you guys for having the opportunity of us to be on here. We were on here separate on Our Grace Family, and so this is our first time on together on Our Grace Family. Prior to, we were give our testimony on the mission field together. When we would go on the mission field, we would come back and give our report together. So this has been a blessing, a special blessing for us. But yeah, so we would go on the mission field, and we would, go to the churches, and we would give our testimony.
It's so wonderful that you could do it together as
Visit
mother and daughter.
hospitals. Mom would give her
Yeah.
testimony. I would give my testimony because I was delivered of asthma. I was delivered of allergies. And it was a big testimony because I even was allergic to the sun. So if I would be in high heat, I would get heat rashes. So I was a living testimony.
Because you went to Africa,
Yeah,
I went
right?
to
it's hot
Africa.
there.
Yes, Africa, South America. And, if I walked going up mountains like Rwanda, going up the mountains or something like that, I would never have to have my inhaler or anything like that. So, yeah, we would do the missionary work. So leading up to that, is Mom was in independent living. And so she had to transition to assisted living. So she did transition to assisted living, where she is now. God's been able to use her at assisted living. So what she has now, she has her little mission field there where she does like Bible study with a lot of the residents there. One of the residents' daughter, her mom was very ill, and she actually came and got Mom to say the sinner's prayer with her. So she led her to salvation before the lady passed away.
Wow.
So every week, there's one day a week, they dedicate a time for Mom to be able to do a Bible time or talk to the individuals about the Lord. She passes out literature to them, little giant books. She's giving them Bibles. And they even had a question and answer, a question and answer segment.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
So you're touching a lot of souls there, Brenda,
Yeah,
huh?
and it's awesome.
Yeah, the Lord has really brought your entire family so
Oh,
far in the
yeah.
Lord. It's just wonderful how He's doing that.
Yeah.
And you have your own mission field there
Right,
at the assisted
absolutely.
living, and the Lord is using you both in such a wonderful way. And we want to thank you so much for coming on the program today and for sharing your wonderful testimonies. Thank you both.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for
And keep
having
up the good
us.
work for
Thank
the
you.
Lord.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Friend, we'd like to give you this opportunity right now to receive Jesus Christ in your heart. Pray with me and say, "Oh God, save my soul. Forgive me for my sins. But I have come home to serve you the rest of my life. Come into my heart, Jesus. Come on in, Jesus. Amen." Friend, if you meant that prayer, you have Jesus Christ in your heart. Live for Him daily. Tell others about Jesus and come and be with us in the services.
And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
We would love to hear from you. If you were encouraged or blessed by today's program, let us know. You can email us at ogf@thegracecathedral.org or write to us. Our Grace family is supported by viewers like you. Your donation is greatly appreciated. Your financial gift ensures that this faith-building program can continue to be a blessing to you and your family, and to many others just like you. This program has been made possible by the friends and partners of Ernest Angley Ministries.